Hello and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. The Virginia Department of Health page provided the following data. For the Arlington District, as of November 9th, 2022, reported cases over all time, 60,266. This is 64 fewer all-time reported cases than last week's total of 60,330. It's difficult to imagine how all-time cases could actually decrease since an infected person wouldn't later become never infected. As for vaccinations, the VDH site shows that 200,798 people over the age of 5 have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine as of November 9th. That's an increase of 24 over last week's 200,774 vaccinations, which is at least mathematically possible. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations. Arlington Mill Community Center, that's located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, that's located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. In addition, free Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines are available for children as young as 6 months by appointment only. For more information, consult the Arlington County website. We received the following message from Arlington County. The Arlington County Public Health Division's COVID-19 vaccination clinic, originally opened nearly 2 years ago, will permanently close in December 2022. Demand has significantly decreased at the county's clinic, with COVID-19 vaccines now widely available in the community through pharmacies, urgent care centers, and medical providers. As such, the final day of operations for the clinic at Sequoia Plaza, located at 2100 Washington Boulevard, will be Saturday, December 17th, 2022. Until that time, appointments and walk-ins are available for primary series and eligible boosters for everyone ages 6 months and older. Now is the best time to get up to date on COVID-19 vaccination for increased protection from severe illness before spending more time indoors and in crowds during the holiday season. According to Dr. Ruben Varghese, Public Health Director, what started as a small team in December 2020 quickly grew into hundreds of staff and volunteers, operating 6 clinics and dozens of special events, allowing us to administer more than 215,000 doses of the vaccine. I am incredibly proud and forever grateful for everyone who helped in the fight against COVID-19. Vaccines at the Sequoia One Clinic are available Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please note the following schedule changes due to upcoming holidays. Thanksgiving week, closed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, November 24th through 26th. Visit vaccines.gov for appointments through pharmacies and other medical providers in and around Arlington County. The announcement went on to mention more closings. All county curative COVID-19 testing kiosks would close on November 30th, 2022, except for the Arlington Mill Community Center location. The closure of kiosks aligns with a significant decline in kiosk testing demand across the county and the widespread availability of at-home and pharmacy-based tests. Arlington Mill Community Center's curative kiosks at 909 South DeWitty Street will remain open through December 31st, 2022 to offer no-cost testing to nearby residents who may otherwise have reduced access to testing services. More than 1 in 3 visitors to Arlington Mill are uninsured, and 55% of visitors live in zip codes 22204 and 22206, areas disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. The Department of Public Safety Communications and Emergency Management will also purchase and distribute rapid COVID-19 test kits to uninsured and underinsured residents through local nonprofit organizations. Distribution is anticipated to begin just before Thanksgiving. It will continue through December to provide access to testing during potential holiday gatherings, where the risk of virus transmission may be elevated. You can find testing locations convenient to you by visiting VDH's test site locator. Get tested if you have symptoms of COVID-19 before large gatherings such as Thanksgiving and after spending time in a crowd. Learn more about the county's COVID-19 response at arlingtonva.us/COVID-19.
Here's another message we received from Arlington County. Fall brings cooler temperatures and less daylight hours, meaning reduced visibility during peak commuting times for all road users. As we adjust to the end of daylight saving time, the Arlington County Police Department is sharing important transportation safety tips to ensure all travelers can reach their destinations safely. The Arlington County Police Department and law enforcement agencies throughout the region will take part in the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments Fall Street Smart campaign through December 4th. The Street Smart campaign aims to identify and change unsafe behavior patterns among motorists, pedestrians, and bicyclists, with the goal of reducing the number of traffic-related collisions and injuries on our roadways. As part of the Street Smart campaign, officers will conduct high-visibility traffic enforcement on Thursday, December 1st, 2022, from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the 5900 block of Little Falls Road. Here are some transportation safety tips. No matter how you travel, remember always to be a PAL, that is, P-A-L, which is short for predictable, alert, and lawful. Drivers are reminded to slow down, drive the speed limit, and obey all posted traffic signs and signals. Remain alert for pedestrians and bicyclists. Stop for pedestrians in crosswalks. Use caution when passing buses or stopped vehicles. Yield to people walking or biking when turning. Allow for at least 3 feet when passing bicyclists. Avoid using your cell phone and never text while driving. Holding a handheld communication device while driving is illegal in Virginia. Here's more. Share our roadways safely. Laws pertaining to cyclists and motorists in Arlington County. Pedestrians are reminded to cross the street at the corner and use marked crosswalks when they are available. Use push buttons when they're available and wait for the walk signal to cross the street. Look both ways before crossing. Remain visible, especially after dark and in bad weather, by wearing light-colored or reflective clothing. Watch for blind spots around trucks and buses. Avoid using devices that distract you, such as cell phones, while crossing the street. Bicyclists and shared mobility device operators are reminded to ride in the same direction as traffic, using bike lanes when possible. Use hand signals to communicate your intentions with other travelers. Wear a helmet, which is required for all bicycle riders 14 years of age and younger, and recommended for all other riders. Keep your eyes on the road and avoid the use of devices that may distract you. Remain visible, especially after dark and in bad weather, by wearing light-colored or reflective clothing. Use headlights and taillights, especially when riding between sunset and sunrise. Next up, here's a reminder about Arlington County's remaining leaf collection schedule. The starting dates are considered tentative based on weather and other factors. The remaining first pass schedule from November 28th to December 2nd. Bellevue Forest, Donaldson Run, Gulf Branch Country Club Hills, Maywood, Old Glebe, Rock Springs, Williamsburg, and Woodmont. A reminder, only report a missed route after it's been labeled completed on the progress map. Then call 703-228-5000. You can also learn more about leaf collection. Note, unscheduled leaf vacuum trucks at times conduct cleanup in neighborhoods between passes. The December collection schedule, now only 3 weeks away, has yet to be announced. That's enough news for this week. Now it's time for Community Bulletin Board, or CBB.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Our first CBB event comes from the Arlington Public Library. It's a chance for children to make various crafts out of paper and other materials provided by the library. Examples include origami, bookmarks, seasonal creations, 3D creations, cards, and more. This time the theme is Thanksgiving. For the current policies on masking, see the library operations update. Space is limited, so attendance is first come, first served until the event capacity is reached. For more information, call 703-228-5971. That's on Tuesday, November 22nd from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at Glen Carlin Branch Library, 300 South Kensington Street. Our next CBB event is for teens. It's called Pokemon Go and Hike. Join a naturalist on a Pokemon adventure as you hike around Glen Carlin Park and try to catch Pokemon while also learning about the creatures upon which they were based. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-932-B. That's on Wednesday, November 23rd from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Glen Carlin Park, 301 South Harrison Street. Our next CBB event is another library offering. This one's for families with very young children. Every week, they will have either a story time with read aloud, songs, finger plays, or a craft project appropriate for young children. For the current policies on masking, see the library operations update. Space is limited, so attendance is first come, first served until the event capacity is reached. For more information, call 703-228-5715. That's on Saturday, November 26th from 10:30 to 11 o'clock a.m. in the Eads Room at Aurora Hills Branch Library, 735 18th Street South. Our next CBB event is for families. It's called Turkey Stroll. The whole family is invited to join in to hike around Glen Carlin Park and get to know more about turkeys. Be sure to bring a water bottle, comfortable shoes, and remember to dress for the weather. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-952-I, and that's on Saturday, November 26th from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Glen Carlin Park, 301 South Harrison Street. Our final CBB event is for adults. It's called Outdoor Skills 101 Fire Building. Fire is one of the most important elements when it comes to surviving outdoors. It can be used for warmth, cooking, water purification, and more. Join a naturalist and try your hand at understanding how to build a fire with various types of materials that may be at your disposal. The cost is $5. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-942-M. That's on Saturday, November 26th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. Our first event is another 55 Plus Walk. It's yet another chance to stay active with friendly walking companions. You will explore nearby trails and neighborhoods in a safe, socially distant manner. Destinations may be changed or excursions canceled for inclement weather. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-106-12, and that's on Wednesday, November 23rd from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Lubber Run 55 Plus Center, 300 North Park Drive. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 Plus membership is required. Next up, healthy holiday tips. Whether you're worried about filling up on latkes or too much figgy pudding, learn some tips and tricks for navigating the savory sides and decadent desserts this holiday season with a Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Food Volunteer. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-890-10. That's on Wednesday, November 23rd from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 Plus membership is required. Next up, we got a trio of programs. This is a chance to join Walter Reed's 55 Plus Center staff for a day of digital learning. From internet safety and Wi-Fi to getting great deals while shopping online, these special Cyber Monday programs will help you improve your online experience and get the most out of your technology. The first program is called Scoring the Best Deal. Join 55 Plus Center Director Jennifer Weber to learn how to utilize different websites and add-ons to always get the best deal no matter what you are buying online. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-403-10. That's coming up on Monday, November 28th from 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. at Walter Reed 55 Plus Center, 2909 16th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 Plus membership is required. Now the next program's called Why Won't the Wi-Fi Work? Do you have trouble connecting to a public Wi-Fi network like Arlington Wireless? Sometimes your phone's security preferences prevent you from connecting. Learn tips from Jennifer Weber, 55 Plus Center Director, on how to connect to the public Wi-Fi, especially Arlington Wireless in 55 Plus centers. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-403-11. That's also on Monday, November 28th from 10:45 to 11:15 a.m. at Walter Reed 55 Plus Center, 2909 16th Street South. Once again, you got to be 55 and up, and 55 Plus membership is required. Finally, network security and scams. New internet scams seem to pop up all the time. Arm yourselves with the knowledge to prevent falling victim, as well as best practices with your network security. This one will be led by Arlington County employees. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-403-12. And that one's on Monday, November 28th from 11:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Walter Reed 55 Plus Center, 2909 16th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 Plus membership is required. And that's all I got for 55 Plus news.
And now some commentary. The recent COVID announcement from Arlington County concluded with the following message, and we quote, "Stay informed about COVID-19. Arlington County has learned to cope with the pandemic, and we now possess the tools and expertise to turn COVID-19 from an emergency into a manageable illness. We encourage everyone to continue using layered protection strategies. Wear a mask, get tested if exposed or symptomatic, get vaccinated, follow isolation guidance, and get COVID-19 treatment if and when necessary." End quote. We wish we could agree with everything this message contained. However, the discontinuance of Arlington's COVID monitoring website and the redirection to the Virginia Department of Health's data is disappointing, particularly in light of the seemingly impossible reductions in historical case counts over the past few weeks. With data like this, it is very difficult to stay informed. In addition, we note that Arlington has not yet achieved its stated goal of a 90% vaccination rate, even for a first dose. Although it appears that this failure is largely due to a lack of cooperation from residents, the statement that Arlington County has learned to cope with the pandemic can hardly be called accurate. The fact that facilities closures are being announced at the start of the winter season will only make it less likely that the county's modest goals will be achieved anytime soon, while new COVID variants continue to emerge. Here's a fresh update. The Arlington County Board has approved a license agreement for a unique new partnership between Arlington Arts and Arlington Independent Media that will expand and enhance the cultural and arts opportunities throughout Arlington, with a new Arlington Independent Media satellite location at Arlington Arts' 3700 South 4 Mile Run Drive location. Arlington Independent Media, which has been providing video instruction and community broadcast access to Arlingtonians since 1982, will utilize existing studio space in an effort to expand its access to media technologies and the creation of video, audio, web, and digital content. The partnership aligns with the organization's mission to increase diverse and inclusive access to established and emerging public media. According to Arlington Independent Media CEO Whitney Kernodle, "I am extremely proud and humbled to lead AIM as we expand into secondary space in South Arlington. As a longtime resident of Arlington, I respect and appreciate the rich history of the county, specifically Green Valley. Team AIM is excited to bring community media to South Arlington. We look forward to connecting with the local community, meeting residents and business owners, and more." End quote. This collaboration will not only enhance the opportunities available to Arlingtonians, but will also take a significant step forward in the ongoing effort to expand cultural offerings along the 4 Mile Run corridor. This effort is an important facet of the county's 4 Mile Run Valley Area Plan, as well as the Public Art Master Plan and other long-term planning initiatives, and it aligns with ongoing goals of providing a vast community network of arts initiatives in South Arlington. The facility at 3700 4 Mile Run was originally constructed as a Pepsi Cola bottling plant in the mid-1940s. Later it served as WETA Radio's broadcast facility. When the county acquired the facility in the early 2000s, it housed the Theater on the Run black box venue, rehearsal spaces, dance studios, offices, and gallery space, and 3 soundproof studio spaces were preserved. Over the last 2 decades, these studios have been utilized periodically for a number of both county and independent projects. The new partnership is an opportunity to activate those purpose-built studios through Arlington Independent Media's production and outreach activities. Arlington Cultural Affairs is a division of Arlington Economic Development, and they deliver public activities and programs as Arlington Arts. Their mission is to create, support, and promote the arts, connecting artists and community to reflect the diversity of Arlington. This includes providing material support to artists and arts organizations in the form of grants, facilities, and theater technology.
And that concludes our program for this week. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.